Hello and welcome to another edition of the Royal Rooters podcast. This is episode 11, the January the 11th of 2026. I am your host, Tom O'Shea. Yep, a little bit up after the last episode. If you haven't heard by now, Brady's gone. Yeah. Which still kind of stings a bit, but at the end of the day, you know what solves that? Wins. Yep, it looks like the Bruins, they also got a win today. They won 1-0, and then the match or the game of the day, Patriots versus Chargers. It was kind of an ugly game, especially to begin with. Not much offense. The only real offense that was going on was basically our kickers were just, or both teams' kickers were kicking it for the field goals and stuff like that. But at the end, a touchdown from Drake May to Hunter Henry sealed the deal. And for the first time since Super Bowl 53, which is like the 2018 season, we've won a playoff game. We've won a playoff game. And we're heading on to the divisional round to face the whoever, or Texans or Steelers at home again next Sunday. All right. First, let's get into the Bruins game. All right, so not too much to talk about this one. The only real offense or goal of this game was a Victor Arvidsson goal from in the first period with 11 minutes into the first period, assisted by Henry Haryu and Casey Middlestad. But it was enough to do the job. To do the job, and the Bruins ended up winning this late Sunday afternoon game, 1-0 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's a way to get back at John Henry. Well, except he doesn't own the team anymore, or they don't own the team anymore after they sold it. Which would have helped to just sign Bregman. Just sell your stupid hockey club and then use that money, allocate that money. I don't know. Yeah. Let's not dwell on it. All right. As I said, only goal in this game in the first period was in the 11th minute of that first period. And as I said, a Victor Arvidsson goal. We could have had a Tanner Jeannot goal, too, to begin with, too, like right before this goal. But apparently it was a hand pass. They waved it off, and no goal. Yeah, it's kind of like a handball in soccer or football. Yeah, or football. Yeah, handball. Yep, I've seen goals chopped out because their arm touched the ball. Well, in this case, it's touched the puck. Yeah. Anywho, but still, a win's a win. All right, let's get over the scores. All right, shots on goal. We got outshot by Pittsburgh, 27-18. We still won the game. Face-offs, we led or won that battle, 56 to 44%. Power plays, nobody was good on the power play. 0 for 6 for us and 0 for 2 for them, 0%. Penalty minutes, the Penguins led in that category, 12-4. And then, that's about it. Let's see. Kupasalo was your goalie for the day, and he had 27 goals, and he got the win, I believe. Yeah, he got the win. Let's see. But the other one, the star of the game was Victor Arvidsson. He had a goal and a point. So pretty good. So nice. All right. Yeah. I didn't watch all of it. I mean, literally, I watched it on my laptop, and then literally my laptop died. So I had to charge it up for the show. So, so I wasn't able to watch the last few minutes of it. But, I mean, there wasn't really too much to talk about. It was just pretty much a good game. One of those slow games, but it was a win and a win. And now looking at the standings now, we are now 25-19-2. And now we are a spot out of the playoffs right now. Yeah, we're literally a spot on the outside looking in. So nice. So we jumped the Maple Leafs and the Penguins because of their loss, yeah. As I said, 25 wins, 19 losses, and 2 overtime losses. Very nice. Very nice. Very good. Which puts us in our division, the Atlantic Division, 5th place right now. So we're behind the Buffalo Sabres. Man, the Sabres are good. What world is this? What evil world is this? The Sabres are good now. Or at least decent enough to be ahead of us. They're in a wild card spot? What? Like, no way. Hmm. All right, so that's it for that. Let's see. When do the Bruins play again? They play again on Tuesday at home again against the Detroit Red Wings, who are now leading, I believe, the Atlantic Conference right now. Or Atlantic Division right now. I can't talk. Yeah, the Atlantic Division. So they're the division leaders right now. This might be a tough game. Yeah. All right. But we won't go too much into detail on that. We're trying to wrap this up real quick. But let's talk about tonight's game between the Patriots and the Chargers. It wasn't that pretty of a game. It looked like there were times in the game where, like, you know what, our offense, I mean, their defense kind of almost capitalized on a few of our mistakes too, especially early in the game where like we got picked off literally close to our end zone. But thankfully, our defense held on, and a couple of a couple of field goals from our kicker Andrew Borregales, and a touchdown reception from a Mr. Drake May to a Hunter Henry late in the fourth quarter, or basically into the fourth quarter, basically sealed the deal. We win 16-3 against the LA Chargers. First win for your New England Patriots since, hold on, since Super Bowl 53, or basically the Super Bowl that was in the 2018 season, or basically Tom Brady's last Super Bowl with the Patriots. Yeah, that is how long we have not won a playoff game. Yeah, I remember that Super Bowl too. I was at a hotel watching it, and hotel bar, and it was just with some of my family members and stuff like that, and it was just, yeah, surreal. There was like this group of other idiots at that bar too who were trying to chirp me the whole night and chirp us the whole night after when the Patriots scored, stuff like that. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's chirping at me. Well, my team's winning, bitch. I didn't actually call, yeah, but my mother would look at me like, oh, it's just a game, Tom. All right. Anywho, let's get into the game. All right. So nothing going on until the first quarter, although it almost looked like the Chargers were going to score first, but thankfully our defense held them off late in the first quarter, and it became a turnover on down. So thank the Lord on that. But the scoring didn't start until the second quarter for the Patriots, and the Patriots were the ones that got on the board first. After a 14-play, 93-yard drive that resulted in nothing, Andrew Borregales basically hit the field goal, or 23-yard field goal, which was good to make it 3-0 New England. And then right after that, the Chargers, they got on the board to tie it up after 11 play, 69-yard drive, which resulted in, hold on, I got to scroll down, a Cameron Decker 21-yard field goal, which was good. Tied game 3-3. All right, and then afterwards, nothing else. And then Patriots did end the half with a field goal after a 5-play, 37-yard drive that resulted in a field goal, hold on, which was 45 yards, which was good, by Andrew Borregales. All right. Then halftime came, as I said, 6-3. And then nothing else until then. We did get a fumble recovery in early in the third quarter. So nice. Who was our man who did that? It was a Mr. Hold on. Wait. Oh no, this was us. Oh no. Oh wait. I thought we made the fumble recovery. Oh, we did make a few fumble recoveries. Never mind. That was on us. That fumble recovery was on us. But anyway, third quarter, after an 8-play, 64-yard drive, we took a 9-3 lead thanks to a 39-yard field goal from Mr. Andrew Borregales. Yes, this is how somewhat for the most part bad the game was for the most part, which was good. All right. Well, I mean the field goal was good. Not that not that there was no offense was good. No. All right. But then in the fourth quarter, after a 7-play, 80-yard drive, it ended in a touchdown pass from a Mr. Drake May to a Mr. Hunter Henry, who ran or basically caught it for 28 yards for the touchdown. The PAT from Mr. Borgalis was good, 10-3, or well, actually no, 16-3 New England. And afterwards, nothing. We made a fumble recovery, basically late in the fourth quarter. Let's see, who got it? It was Mr. Sejan or Mr. Sejan. I hope I'm Jason. Yeah, it was Mr. Chason who made the recovery on a Mr. Justin Herbert. And then to end the game, literally 2 minutes to go, Chargers were trying to make a one more last stand or charge to maybe get into the red zone and maybe try to make it a 6-point game. But literally, fourth and 4, Justin Herbert tried to make a pass, and then a Mr. Milton Williams basically said, "Not today, MFer," and basically sacked him, took him down to the point where after he got to the sidelines, he and Mike Vrabel were trying to embrace and basically, embrace like kind of like say, "Yeah, good job." I think Milton kind of like maybe just accidentally kind of like hit Mike Vrabel in the face that kind of gave him a bloody lip. I thought, nice. Away. And that dude almost could have been gone the remainder of the season, but he came back, and you know what? After that, I'm thankful he came back. Yeah. So 16-3 is your final score. As I said, yeah, there were some times where like I thought, as I said at the beginning of the game, Drake May threw an interception. I thought, oh no, this is where the Chargers are going to capitalize on our mistakes. And they were talking about this whole week. Don't turn a ball over on their defense, because they will make you hurt on that. But thank the Lord, our defense was pretty good too, and to the point where like that drive, that interception, that drive that came after the interception amounted to nothing. Literally, like they basically turned the ball over on downs in the red zone. That is how good our defense was in this game. And hats off to our defense, literally. I'm just thinking, like, what would have happened, like, literally a few years ago? So our defense would have let them, kind of scored at that point. But thankfully, Christian Gonzalez did lead the game in the fourth quarter. Hopefully he was all right. I'm not really sure. I had the game on mute because I couldn't stand Chris Collinsworth and stuff like that. So, so I had the game on mute. I couldn't really see. But he did leave into the locker room, and I thought, oh, no, we can't have that man down. We can't have our star cornerback down. No. Yeah, our young star quarterback down. No. Yeah. But hopefully he'll be all right. Maybe I did kind of see after he did try to deflect a pass during one of the drives in the fourth quarter that he was kind of limping. Like when he got up, I thought, oh, no. But yeah, hopefully this is just precaution. Hopefully he's all right. But for now, let's just be happy that finally a night that could have gone potentially bad ended up right now kind of saving the weekend for the most part for Boston sports. Yeah, because if you haven't listened to the last episode, Bregman is signing with another team. Yeah. I mean, literally everybody except maybe the Celtics and the Red Sox did their job this weekend. Bruins won 2 games. They kicked the crap out of the New York Rangers and basically held their own against the Penguins. And the Patriots basically did their job too. They won their playoff game. They opened the postseason with a win, and they're moving on to the divisional round next week. Next weekend. Sorry. Next weekend against, I believe it is going to be either the winner of the Houston Texans game and Pittsburgh Steelers game tomorrow night. So whoever wins that game, they're coming to Foxborough next Sunday for a divisional round matchup. All right. Anything else? Nothing too else. I forgot to mention this last night, but I mean, you can't really blame me after what happened last night with the Red Sox. Anywho, the Red Sox Hall of Fame ballot has been announced, and it looks like Johnny Damon. Hold on, now I gotta pull up. Looks like Johnny Damon, Mike Timlin, and I'm trying to think who else. Oh, here we go. John Lester. Yeah, nice. All right. Players from my childhood, or at least young adolescence. All right. Yeah, Johnny Damon, John Lester, and Mike Timlin will go into this year's class of Red Sox Hall of Fame. This is the team Hall of Fame, not the actual Hall of Fame. I wish they were going in the actual Hall of Fame. Anybody from the Red Sox getting in for the Hall of Fame? I don't think so. It looks like Manny's probably on his last year, and he's kind of hanging by a thread at this point. Petey, I mean, he's kind of making a case, but still, he's still not going to get in. I don't think any other Red Sox is going to get in this year in the Baseball Hall of Fame. That's just so dumb. Literally got baseball writers who have never played baseball before in their lives, and they're getting to decide who should get in to what I like to call baseball Valhallas. Really. That's so dumb. Yeah. All right. You took steroids. I don't care. There's cheating in every sport. Let them in. And knowing that, you failed the mission of the Baseball Hall of Fame. And what is the mission of the Baseball Hall of Fame? To tell the story of the game of baseball from the good and the bad. Tell of its heroes and of its villains. Just tell them of its bright spot and its warts. And right now, they're failing the mission of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Really, the MLB should really take over control of the voting and stuff like that. They really should. As much as that might not be a good idea, I feel like that could actually be a best idea. Take it away from or at least take away most of their controlling power. The baseball writers take away most of their power. Heck, let's let broadcasters, TV and radio get the vote. How do they not get a vote? Yeah, how do they not get a vote? Like Will Fleming, Lou Maroney, even Joe Casticks, which he is in the Hall of Fame too as a broadcaster. How does he not get a vote? Sorry about my chair. My chair is squeaky. All right. But anywho, yeah. Heck, I'm getting so passionate. It's making my chair squeak. All right. So that's about it. Tomorrow, the Celtics do start another game. This time they are going on the road against the really not too great Indiana Pacers. That game will be a 6:30 start, 7:30 Eastern time because this is a Boston sports related podcast. But for everybody else around the world, whatever time zone you live in, yeah, go check it out. Yeah, find out what time. All right. I think that's about it. Just what a way to salvage the weekend after what happened on Saturday night with Bregman. Which still kind of stings. It might sting for a little bit longer. Hopefully, I'm not sure what they'll do next for the rest of the offseason. They might make a trade. They might sign somebody. But right now, the only person that could fit that billing is Bo Bichette at this point. And maybe that might not be a given at this point. But you never know. I feel like the reason they kind of make the whole, like, we don't give long-term contracts, I think they made it sound like we don't give long-term contracts to people over 30. I think Bo Bichette is under 30. So maybe there might be some hope there. I mean, at that point, the only way they can potentially save this offseason and maybe win some of the fans back at this point, which I don't know if that's possible now after all what happened on Saturday, is go out and sign somebody. Second baseman too. No, like that, we have a Oh, here we go. All right, sorry, someone lost connection there. Anywho, all right, so not only that, we have an outfield logjam right now. We have too many outfielders playing in the outfield. Somebody's got to go at that point. So yeah, and it's not going to be William or Ceddanne Raphael or Roman Anthony, yeah, or Willie Abreu. maybe me. I wouldn't say that. So either it is going to be either Masataka Yoshida or Jarren Duran, which I really don't want to see Jarren Duran go, but at the same time too, we got unclog that outfield and make room. Yeah, seriously, we got too many outfielders. We don't have enough infielders. We need something, but we don't know what they're going to do. All right. I think at this point, I've done enough talking. At this point, I really want to go shower and go to bed at this point. I got work in the morning. All right. But at this point, I'm good. Just great that the Patriots saved our weekend and basically made it so, yeah, I'm not at this point a little pissy and moody. Although Glasgow Celtic did win their match on Saturday, yeah, against Dundee United. At least that's good. Yeah. Yeah. The return of old Martin O'Neill as manager. Yeah. All right. See you guys tomorrow night to recap Celtics and Pacers. Banyana.